Good morning, everyone. My name is Dudzord, and welcome to my amazing game dev experience. Today's Friday, a beautiful Friday that we can see outside, but unfortunately, or not, mostly fortunately, we'll stay inside and we're working on our pinball prototype. How's everyone doing? So, yesterday, after stream, I did some work, which was pretty cool work. So something that I've never done in the game whatsoever, which was adding telemetry to the game. So now I essentially can already know like which are the targets that get hit the most, what is like the upgrade path that people usually go towards in terms of purchasing upgrades and all of that. And I also made something really cool, which I'm gonna quickly show you, which is I added a heat map to the table, meaning that when we play the table, I can immediately see where the ball is going, which is pretty cool. So this allows me to have like a better idea of if the table is actually like properly, the pinball elements are like properly apart from one another, if the ball is able to like visit the entirety of the table or not, which are like the points of contention where the ball usually doesn't go as far, so this is pretty cool. And this is getting captured automatically, meaning actually oops meaning that this is still causing me issues. This Sentry.io. I don't know what the hell happened with this. Hold on. What happens if I open? Hold on, sorry. I don't know why, but I can't open Sentry on my own, on my regular screen. But like even this is like odd as hell. Like what the hell is happening here, Like it's not even showing the everything. So I wonder if we have things that are getting blocked here. Hold on. Same margin policy disallows reading the remote, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, in any case, let's try again. But on this page, on this browser, usually that doesn't even like open. Okay, but now it's opening. And essentially, we are now capturing how the game is played, So, as you can see, we got a result 1 minute ago, which was the playthrough from today. And we have like a log here of everything that happened throughout that game. So the player lost 3 balls, GG. And these are the targets that the player hit and in what sequence. So I have like an history of the entire game. And then I'm also uploading the heat map automatically. How cool is that? It's freaking cool. I don't know if this is going to be useful, like to balance the game or not. Why is Firefox crashing? Okay, weird. I don't know if this is going to be useful or not. Oh, I also am exporting all of this as a single JSON. Just why not? This is like easier to parse if I need this. So I don't know if this is actually going to be like that useful to balance the game. But I figure that why not? Why the hell not? So yeah, I did this off stream yesterday because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I used some AI energy to make the telemetry stuff because I don't know any of this. I've never played with this, so the LLMs were glad to help me. And GG, now it's done. So pretty cool. So with that in mind, I would say that we can start probably like polishing the user experience a little bit more. Like maybe we should just add like an intro screen, just like with a button called like start new run or continue run or something, where start new will start from zero, like to like reset the save game, and the continue will like continue with whatever you're going there. And then maybe a settings menu where you'll be able to maybe like change the bindings for the flippers and the tilting, you know. So I think that's the plan. Now, what is the issue with that? The issue is that I've never actually made a menu here with buttons and all, so I don't really know how this is supposed to go. So I guess we need to create a scene, like a UI scene with some stuff, with some buttons, and then buttons will do something. Okay, so I will probably say that this needs to be like a user interface. Scene name, main menu. Okay, good job. Good job. Yeah, and now what? Can I add a button? Okay, what is the difference between a button and the menu button? Oh, this changes. This shows more stuff. Okay, I think I want a regular, good old button here. This is gonna be new game. Button, new game. We're gonna have a second button called continue game, or maybe just even like continue. And maybe one button called settings or something. Okay, pretty cool. So we have 3 buttons already. I think I want to have this in a like a vertical something. What's it called? A V-split container? No, a V-box container. Variant F-box container that can only arrange its child's controls vertically. Okay, good job. So I put all of this here, and they immediately do this fancy business, which is exactly what we want. What more? Oh, how does this actually like look? If I were like to play this. Okay, they look like this. So what is the size of the screen in this thing? Does anyone know how to configure this stuff? Layout, full rectangle, transform, size. Okay, let's maybe like read some Godot UI tutorial or something. Like surely we should learn something. Project organization, troubleshooting, 2D, 3D. No, where are the tutorials? Hold on. Contents. The main game, heads up, finishing. 3D game. Because he's just like the exploring the manual now. I just wanted to check. So is there like a tutorial for the UI stuff. Maybe not. I mean, there's always the GD Quest stuff, which they are pretty cool. Okay, probably I'm gonna put me myself here on this side. Sorry. Okay, so there are like some building blocks and all, but applications in Godot, there are like some tutorials for PB code, using containers. I think we'll be able to figure out something. Global menu. Optimizing, creating single executable. Okay, so we don't need any of this. GUI containers. Sizing options. Oh, they did something similar. So they have a HBox container, they have 3 buttons and a color picker, and they also had a grid, a tab. Oh, maybe a tab container would be nice, because if they had a tab container, then I could put like the settings there as well. H split. Oh, so with an H split you can literally do this, which is also really cool. Then we have a panel. You don't need the scroll, aspect ratio. Okay, my question is mainly, I think it's the same with every single UI library, which is, how do I actually like do a UI for how do I actually do a UI for any screen size, you know? Because that's mainly what I don't know how to do. So, for example, currently I have this. I think I want this guy to be on the center bottom. And then I will want to add like somewhat. I can move it a little bit up like this. Okay, what if I do it center? Hello? Okay, so we are on center. Can I scale this now? I can scale it, but it doesn't scale the internal thing. Gotcha. So I would need to scale the buttons myself. Would I need to go with like custom minimum size? Maybe this, and then this. Some big ass buttons. And on the text behavior, can I change the size of the text as well? I mean, to be completely clear, this doesn't need to be like greedy at all. I just want... Oh, so this scales everything as well. Gotcha. So I can get rid of this. Then I can do something like this. Okay. So we already have 3 buttons there centered. Okay, these feel small. This feels small. Can I? I never understand this. Okay, so what the hell is this guy here? Expand, fill. No. Anchor, view. Oh boy. Okay, so what are these guys here? What are these? Oh, it's the anchor. It's the anchor. Okay. Okay, so why is this 1152 by 648 then? Where is this value coming from? GUI, no. Application config. Advanced settings. Because I would assume that there's like some setting which... Oh, it's here. Viewport width. Gotcha. Mode. Well, I would say you start as exclusive full screen. Okay. Oh, so this actually also changes how it plays here. Oh. Well, but if I do this, then I cannot... play the game from here, which is odd. Goodbye. Yeah, this isn't what I expected. Oh well. We'll find something. Okay, so we go back here. We go to the font size. Which is this guy. I'm gonna make it 32. Okay, so we have some good sized buttons here. Okay, can I add some padding? No. So what can I do here? Disabled action mode, button mask, button group. What is a button group? Never mind. Shortcut, no. Layout. Transform, position, rotation, pivot, container sizing, localization, tooltip. Okay, do I need to add like a padding thing? Container that keeps a margin around. Okay, so maybe I need to do this. So maybe I'll need 3 of these. Oh. Then button settings. Okay, so these guys have margins now. And how does one actually play with this? Transform. No, this is just scaling the everything. I never understand how these things are supposed to to work. A container that keeps a margin around its child controls. I mean, this guy's supposed to have like a margin here. Oh, is it on this guy on constants? Okay, maybe this. Oh, but this guy doesn't have it. Okay, I see. So it's this one then. And we can add some top and bottom margin. Just to space them out a little bit. Okay, I mean, not too terrible. Not too terrible. I would say that probably I want to have like a minimum size here. Something like 200. Yeah. And these like 50. No, needs to be more. Okay, something like this. Okay. Dude, how have you been? I've been busy on my game. Hello, Michael. How's it going? Good morning. Yeah, I've been busy as well. Yesterday, I worked on plenty of cool stuff. So I added telemetry to my game. So I can have like a heat map here. And then I can check like where the ball goes and where it doesn't go. So I can like balance the table. You know? Like move things around just so to make sure that the ball goes everywhere. Which is pretty cool. And then I also added more telemetry to this. Meaning that everything that happens in the game is getting sent to a telemetry service. So if I go here on Sentry, so whenever anyone, come on, this freaking website is not working. The procedural generation in my game is no joke. I feel actually dumb learning it. I mean, that's part of it. But okay, so look at this. So I'm able to essentially log everything that happens in the game. So every target that you hit. So for example, the first target that was hit at 9:04 was like the flipper left. But then here, the ball hit the spinner. Here it hit the spinner again. Here it hit the flipper right. So I'm able to like create an history of how the game was played, when you lost the ball, like after how long you lost the ball. And besides this, I'm also attaching the heat map of your playthrough. And then I'm also building like a simple JSON with everything that happened in your game, you know? So I can have like I can easily parse this and like make math on top of this and see, okay, where do people tend to hit the ball the most? Which are the upgrades that people tend to buy first? And hopefully all of this data will allow me to balance the table and balance the upgrade costs for everything. And today I'm working on adding like a main menu to this, so that I can like easily start sharing the project with more people, so they can start giving me feedback. Okay, so we have this simple thing here. I will also want to add like a label called Dudezord's Amazing Unnamed Pinball Game. You know, which is an amazing title, because again I don't have a name yet. So center left, center top. Okay, so that's the position. Now I can move it down a little bit more, like to 56. Sure. And now I want to play with font sizes a little bit. Ta-da! Dudezord's Amazing Unnamed Pinball Game. We have a menu. We have a menu. Okay, so how would I go now about start adding scripts to this? So I can go on scripts, probably go with, no, I can put it inside menu, it's okay. Scenes menu, main menu. Okay, so this is going to be button new game, this is going to be button continue, this is going to be button settings. Well, actually, maybe I don't need any of this, because these guys should have like signals. Yeah. Okay, so I can get rid of... No, this is useful to... enable and disable buttons, essentially, because we don't want to have like the continue button available to click if you don't have like a game in there, you know. So we will use this as well. Okay, so I'll also need to add a button pressed. On button new game pressed. Good job. Then we'll also have an on button continue pressed, and then we'll also have on button settings pressed. Good job. Okay, game is done. Just kidding. Okay, so this VBox container, I also actually want to move this a little bit down. Maybe something like this. Well, I'll probably want to like subdivide these into... No, I'll leave it as this, it's whatever. And then instead of center top, I'll do it center center, and then I move this guy up a little bit. 320, 300, no, 350. GG. Okay. So we have this. So how do I actually now handle this thing? So whenever I do thank you for the bits.
Believe it or not, but you actually inspired me to keep going on my game, not forums or even Unreal Discord help.
GG. Yeah, usually people don't use bits, so the TTS doesn't trigger. So thank you very much. Here's your confetti. Were you able to hear the TTS? Was the TTS like loud enough, or not really? Let me know. Believe it or not, but you actually inspired me to keep going on my game. Not forums or even Unreal Discord help. I mean, those things are still useful, you know, because those things are usually helpful when people in the past had issues with it and they go and ask for help. You can go and use that as documentation. So, I mean, I still do some Google searches about Godot specific stuff, and usually it's either Reddit or Godot forums or something that appears first. But yeah, GG. I mean, keep at it. Games do take a long time to be made, and you need to push through it, essentially. You need to be able to push through it. Okay, so on ready. What do I need to do here? So I'll probably need to disable this just to see how it looks. Oh, good job. It's disabled. So here I'll need to do check if we have any. Oh, it's not the this. It's check if we have any ongoing save game. I mean, we will probably have, except for the first playthrough. Okay, I don't think we'll need process. On button new game pressed. Okay, so I'll need to figure out now how to open a new scene from Godot. Godot load new scene. Changing scenes manually. Sometimes it helps to have more control over how you swap scenes around. A viewport child node will render to the image it generates. This holds true even for nodes outside of the current scene. Autoload falls into this category, and also scenes which you instantiate and add to the tree at runtime. To complete the cycle and swap out the new scene with the old one, you have a choice to make. Many strategies exist for removing a scene from view of the viewport. The trade-offs involve balancing operation speed and memory consumption, as well as balancing data access and integrity. Delete the existing scene. Scene 3, change scene to file. You can also delete the main scene. Assuming the root name node is main, you could do main.free. Well, I don't want to hide it. I want to like get rid of it. Okay, so I think I'll just want to have a change scene to either packed or change scene to this. Okay, but like real talk, do you think it's better to not have one really amazing map first launch or procedural generation button polished? Do you think it's better to not have one really amazing map first launch. Or procedural generation but unpolished. I mean, if we are talking... If you are talking actually releasing the game, then the game kind of needs to be close to the... Well, do you intend to release for playtests, or do you intend to release as early access, or do you intend to actually just releasing it and don't touch it more? Like just release and start selling it? Because, for example, in my game, I mean, this kind of looks like major shit, you know, like doesn't look that great. But this is a playtest, meaning that I'm not putting it into any store. I'm only sharing this with friends because I only want feedback in like the physics of the thing. So I'm okay with not releasing, but I'm okay with sending the game to friends in this state. Okay, but if I were to create a Steam page, and if I were to have like people like playing the game needs always to be as polished as you can make it. Because if the game is unpolished, people will give it bad reviews on Steam, and if you have bad reviews, more people won't buy the game because of those reviews. So whatever you launch publicly, it needs to be like amazing, you know? It always needs to be amazing. But now you need to decide on if you have like a custom tailored map made by you or something procedural generation. I would say it doesn't matter as long as it looks good. Like, people won't care if your game is a procedural generation or not. People only care if your game is fun. So you need to figure out the first thing that you need to figure out is if your game is even fun to play. It might be fun for you, but you are the developer, so it's always fun for the developers. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to put your game in front of some other people's hands and ask for feedback and see what they think about it. And only when you get that feedback from friends or colleagues or whatever close to you, then you are able to make like an informed choice of what you should change to actually like send it to the real world, you know? That's also the reason why I'm creating this prototype here. Like, this prototype, I'll play it with people sitting by my side, like family members, friends, my wife. I'll ask them to play, I'll ask for feedback, and only then I'll decide if I want to continue on this game or not. So I kind of feel like you would need to do something similar. And that can go as simple as gameplay feedback, like how the ball moves, are the element placements like correct or not, or even how the game looks, you know? You can ask literally feedback on, do you like these or would you rather have something different? Did your other game release yet? The one with the others? No, it's still on it's still on Steam. But I mean, we don't have a demo, or it's not early access or anything. It's just like a Steam page to gather wish lists. But I would argue that the game looks good enough, at least the video, you know, the gameplay video, the teaser. I think it looks good enough for it to be shared. Although we'll be making like some major changes to how the game looks. But I think it looks polished enough for people to start like looking at it and joining the discussion on Discord and stuff like that. Oops, didn't mean to send a C. It's fine. Yeah, don't release unpolished. Good morning, Weeby. Webe? I don't know. Good morning, welcome to the stream. Yeah, don't release unpolished. Whatever you send to the real world, it needs to be a good experience, or it needs to be the best version of the experience that you can make. And it must be something that you feel proud, but you also need to understand that making games is really hard. Making money out of games is even harder. So there's like a 99% chance that no one will ever play your game. And you kind of need to get ready for that. Because that's most certainly what's going to happen to you. That's most certainly what's going to happen to me. So the only thing that are in our control is to make sure that we release something that is good, you know. It needs to be good, it needs to be fun. It shouldn't have like any major bugs that people can exploit, or it shouldn't have like any crashes. You should be able to build like at minimum like a 15-minute experience without any issues on the game. Because if people don't like those first 15 minutes because the game keeps like lagging or crashing, or it just plays like shit, then people won't give a good review and people won't share with other people. So that's always what you need to keep in mind. The first minutes are like always the most important. And I mean, this looks like crap. This menu looks like crap. But again, I'm not looking for visuals feedback. I'm looking for pinball, for like the ball feedback. And because I want to like start gathering data, then you need to extend that once it's great to a demo playtime, 1530. Exactly. I mean, this one is like an incremental, so you can like essentially play it mindlessly until you are able to like upgrade the entire table. But one thing that is also most important with this stuff is you need to gather data. So if you are sitting alongside the person, then it's okay for you to like be taking notes, you know, and having like a discussion while the person plays. But I have people that live in the US, friends that live in the US, friends that lives in Sweden, friends that live in Ireland, and I won't be able to be there and like watch them play. So I built this, you know, I have like a telemetry built inside the game, so I know what targets do they hit, in which order, how many points they earn per hit, what are the upgrades that they purchased. I also have a heat map of where the ball moved throughout their gameplay. So all of this is important. You can only make informed decisions if you have the data. And I would say that's where most people fail. Like most people go with, oh, I think this is good enough. But what's good enough for you might not be good enough for the people that are actually going to purchase your game. So you need to have the data, and you need to work on the data, and you need to iterate on the data, iterate on the playtests a couple of times. And once people don't have any major complaints, and people are like, if people start asking you how's the game going, and if people are showing interest about your game, then you know that you have like a good game for people to play. Because I could have been like working on this pinball stuff and no one asked about it ever, but every day people ask me, how's the pinball game going? How's the pinball game going? Because they like the idea behind it. How do you collect the metrics from the tests? I mean, this is just collecting automatically. So whenever I play like the ball, and the ball like drops 3 times, because usually you have 3 balls to play on a pinball game, and whenever the ball drops 3 times, it sends like an upload the upload of the game to that server there. So if I go here now, so I just got one 8 seconds ago. Are each client sending it? If so, I would upload it Sentry automatically. I will ask people if they want to enable that. So it is embedded into the code, into the game, but I'll have a checkbox where if people don't want to send that data, then I won't collect that data. But I mean, but this is a playtest, okay? So I'm only gonna share this with close friends. So I'll let them know beforehand that I'm collecting data for this. Like, I'm not sending this to you personally yet. Okay, yet. But yeah, as you can see, like here I collected the thing. I have like an image of how well, this is not the game, is it? No, this is 45 minutes ago. This is not the correct one. So yeah, we have the heat map from this game. I have like a collection of all of the items that were hit. We had 3 balls, like the first one survived for 5 seconds, the second one survived for 6 seconds, and the last one survived for 9 seconds. And the first ball scored 8 points, the second ball scored 11 points, and the third ball scored 12. You know, like I have tons of data. So I still don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but at least it's in place. Okay, going back to the main menu. Okay, we need to figure out how to change to a scene. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like code here from the Sentry. Oh, it's not. Damn. If I just type scene. Oh, it's not here. It's on the... it's on the demo. Okay, never mind. So we'll do it like this. So we'll need to instantiate the scene here, and then we will create a change scene to packed, and then we'll pass this simultaneous scene. I guess that's what we need to do. Okay, scripts. Table 1 scene. So this is going to be scenes. Scenes table 1 scene. Instantiate. And then I will call change scene to packed. So it is going to be scene 3 change. Oh, is it get 3? Yeah, it's get 3. Get 3 change scene to packed scene. Okay, can I pass this? Okay, let's see if this works. So I have this, I click new game, it crashes. Can change to a null scene. Use unload current scene if you wish to unload it. Oh, by the way, like all of these crashes and errors and whatnot, they are also being logged. So if anything happens throughout the game, can see, I got like the log right here. Can change to a null scene. Use unload current scene if you wish to unload it. So if the game crashes because like some part of my code like crashed it, I'll still have all the data here. So I'm trying to collect as much as I can. Okay, so this doesn't work. Change the running scene to a new instance of the given packed scene. So this is a node. Okay, can I do a change scene to node then? Is that a plugin? Yes. There's a Sentry plugin for Godot. Come on. I don't know what the hell is happening with their website, but their website is like refusing to work for me. But yeah, there's like an SDK for Godot specifically, which is pretty cool. So that's what I'm using. And then I have, where is it? Like a telemetry script, which I call like whenever some events happen in the game. So like when the ball starts, I like record when the ball started. When the ball like drops, I calculate how long the ball was alive for. So these are just like events. Do you even think it's possible for a first-time game dev like me to reach for 1.5 million profit? I mean, the guy that made Flappy Bird, it was his first time making a game. You know? So, it was the first game that the guy built. And the guy became a millionaire overnight because of it. So, is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? Most certainly not. But again, you need to be... You need to accept it. That's just how life goes. It's very, very difficult making a game. Even if your game is flawless, there's always like a luck component to it, you know? So in order for your game to actually make any money, like the stars, your game needs to be very fun to play. It shouldn't have any issues. Your marketing needs to be on point. And then all the stars need to align for it to also work, you know. Oof, that's a tough goal. I'll be happy if I break even. Oh, so you're also making a game, Webby. That's cool. Yeah, feel free to share more about your game as well. Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm realistic. I saw this beautiful, absolutely beautiful horror game that only made 200k. I mean, it kind of depends on where you live. For me, personally, 200k would be amazing, you know? I mean, I can't complain that much because I'm not paying... Well, I'm kind of are, but kind of aren't. So I'm currently unemployed. But fortunately, I live in Portugal. So I get paid unemployment benefits because I worked for so many years. I'm getting like a small salary while I'm looking for a job. So I'm actively looking for a job. But when I'm not looking for a job, I can stream and I can work on my stuff. So in reality, I'm not paying out of pocket to develop this game because in some way I'm using the money that I'm getting from the unemployment benefits in order to work on this. You know, so even if this game were to make $0, I mean, it wouldn't have any impact on me financially. Obviously, if I use all of my unemployment benefits on this game and then the game kind of fails, then that just means that I won't be able to work on a new game after. Yeah, 200k would be really good. I have a regular 9 to 5, which pays really good. I just work on the game on evenings and weekends. I'm building a typical RTS with my own game engine. I've spent 3 years on the engine and now a few months on the project. Webe, I also work on an RTS here. So I have 3 projects going on. I have this pinball prototype, which is my own personal pet project. My cat is being very annoying. Hello, cat. So I have this pinball prototype, I have an RTS that I'm making in Unreal with some friends, which I'm also getting paid a little bit for. Like, it's not an immense amount of money. It's like, it doesn't even cover like a third of my cost of living. So it's just like an honorary payment thing. And then I'm working on a third game, which is like a board game in Unity. So I have one game in Godot, one game in Unreal, one game in Unity. And every day I choose one and I work on those. I'm trying not to type this in caps, but why did Portugal lose? I lost 9k on sports bets. Well, sucks to be you, because Portugal didn't lose, they draw. And I mean, if you have 9k to lose on sports bets, then good on you. I don't have 9k. I wish I had 9k to spend on sports bets, but nope. We are in contention mode. I'm not judging, by the way. It's good that you have that possibility. I wish listed your RTS game now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Technically, it was all or nothing, to be honest. Oof. We're all here to help in the community. That's true. Yeah, that's the good thing about Twitch. Like, people come and sometimes they are like a little bit pushy and they try to like upsell their game, but we need to be here and say, okay, tell me more about your game. Yeah, feel free to share a link, and then I open the link, I comment on the Steam page, I give like immediate feedback of what I'm seeing. And then I kind of expect that whenever I raid someone and people ask about my game, I kind of expect for them to do the same. So it's cool. It's cool. Okay, never mind. So where was I? Hello? Where's the main menu? It's here. Okay, let me close everything else. Table 1 scene, change scene to notes. Okay, let's see if this works now. Oh, wrong button. Hello? Wrong button still. It's this scene here. But we are okay, I'm still alive and healthy. Yeah, that's the most important. GG. Okay, so we are able to go from the main menu to the game menu. Or sorry, to the game screen. And now we are able to play the game. And I'm gonna play with the hit map because it's really cool to look at. Pyong pyong pyong. So Webe, because I believe this is the first time that you've been here. My pinball game, now it's my time to upsell my game. This pinball game, oh, thank you for the follow. GG, free confetti, and we got 170 followers, hell yeah. Okay, then I need to update the... the goal now. I don't know what's happening with my PC. My PC is like refusing to work properly. Okay, sorry. Overlays. Let me just quickly do this. 180. Let's go. Good job. Okay. So my game, my pinball game, is an incremental and roguelite pinball experiment. So let me start here from scratch, even. So the objective for the game is that you will find, like Okay, let me open the other scene. Come on. Thank you. So the idea is that someday, somehow, you are like walking around like a park or something, and you find like an abandoned warehouse. Okay. And in that abandoned warehouse, you will find an abandoned pinball table. But for some reason, the pinball table is still like connected to power, and apparently it's working. So you start playing the table, but oddly enough, like you only get points whenever you hit the ball like Jumanji. Sure, but oddly enough, you only start like getting points when hitting the ball with the flippers, you know. Like all of the other pinball elements, they are not working at all. You know, like the pop bumpers are not working. These slingshot things here are not working. The rollovers are not working, so these are like rollovers that light up when the ball goes. That the spinner also doesn't score points. So it's like odd, you know, like you play the table, like the table is working, it's like emitting lights and sounds at all, but you're not getting any points. But if you are able, this will be the tough part. If you are able to figure out that you need to keep the ball alive just by using, damn, that was like a terrible throw. If you are able to figure out that you can, if you let the ball like alive by just hitting the flippers very slowly, because every time you hit the ball with the flipper, you are getting 1 point. See, 4 points, 5 points, and then I lost because when you lose 3 balls, like it resets. It resets the number of points that you have. But if you are able to flip the ball a couple of times, you will have enough points to unlock the in-game shop, which is this thing right here. So if you're able to put the ball like into this pocket, I'll probably move it because it's very difficult to actually put the ball inside. But if you are able to put the ball inside this pocket here, now we entered like the shop menu, where you can essentially trade your score by the upgrade cost of each element. And you'll notice that as I flip left and right, you have like these lights like changing. The lights are just used to indicate which are the currently selected item. But you'll see that everything costs 10 and we only have 3 points. So I'm gonna affect this a little bit, so I have like more points to show you. Okay, I should probably have like a debug button just to get points. Okay, so the ball is there. I now have 11 points, and the lights are no longer red. They are green, meaning that you have the enough points to like unlock that element. So what I usually like to unlock first is these pop bumpers in here in the middle. So I have 11 points, they score 10, and whenever I unlock them, they are gonna start scoring me 1 point per hit. So I purchase this. Now I only have 1 point. The new upgrade cost for that went from 10 to 50 because on the next upgrade they start giving 5 points. Light is red, meaning I don't have enough money to anything. So I exit. I'll need to create like an exit visualization indicator to like quit the ball from there. But currently is when everyone select everything. So you just flip enough just so this shows 0 and 0. It's temporary, don't worry. So on here I select the exit menu, and now if I play the game and I'm fortunately enough like to throw the ball into those pop bumpers there in the middle, if my aim didn't suck like that, now you actually get points by hitting those. So in average, that just means that you'll be able to start scoring points faster. And by scoring points faster, then you'll be able to navigate into the store again and purchase another upgrades. So I've already told you that when you lose the 3 balls, you lose all of your points. But the game is incremental in the way that you don't lose your upgrades. So although your points get reset to 0, you get to keep the upgrades that you purchased before. So that's essentially where the roguelite aspect comes to it. Like, you still keep like some progress from before. And the idea is that, like, lore-wise, the idea is that this table is kind of cursed, so that's why you find it in the middle of somewhere. It's going to be like a thematic table that is going to be like related to like a 1960s toy or a 1960s cartoon or something. So the table will be all decorated for that character. And whenever you are able to unlock these elements here, which I want to make them like the most expensive ones, but whenever you are able to unlock this, if you then throw the ball into these slots one at a time, you will light up all of these 5 colors. Each one of these will spell like the name of the character. There's still no name, so I still don't have that plugged in. But if you are able to light up these 5 colors and spell the name of the character, then the table will start to reveal itself as being like something kind of magical, kind of cursed, and it will somehow like transform into a different table, like a more modern variant table. So my idea is we'll start with an original table from the 60s. If you are able to beat this table by purchasing all of the upgrades and then passing the ball through here, through these 5 things, it's going to transform into a table from the 80s or from the 90s, and then it's going to have like different elements in it, like different missions. But again, the concept is the same. You need to score points, you need to purchase upgrades and continue to unlock each element. And then if you are able to finish the second table, you go into a third table, which is going to be like a super modern / futuristic table. But the theme is always the same. Okay, so the theme is always that cartoon character or that toy character. And if you're able to beat the third table, you will enter like a mini boss battle with the character. And if you beat it, then you beat the game. And because it's like fairly difficult to actually like keep the ball alive for that long, you know, the game kind of has like automatic how do I say this? Kind of has like automatic replayability, because people just play pinball just for the sake of trying to score more and trying to go further and further. So I mean, I think it's a good combo of themes, you know. I like it. Thank you. Yeah, I did tons of research for it, and I also played like a tons of demos from Steam. And honestly, I didn't like any of the demos that I played on Steam. And I know that I know that I'm talking about my own game, but I really enjoy the concept of this. Obviously, I'll need to work on the lore part a little bit. I'll need to work more on the graphics part of it. But currently, I'm only worried about physics and about like the gameplay mechanics of like purchasing and unlocking elements. But my experience is that people are okay with playing the current version of the game for like 15 minutes, although there's like nothing else like to actually do. But as you can see, I have now like 74 points, because I'm being more lucky into hitting those center guys there. Okay, I wanted to see if I could like actually send the ball into the store. Ah, almost. Into the shop thing. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I'll need to rework on that. But again, now I have 83 points, so I would be able to upgrade different parts. But let's just assume that I purchased this one. The idea then is if the ball goes through these 5 guys here, Jana, you beat the game. That's the objective for the playtest. The playtest finishes if you are able to beat these once. But this is gonna be like very expensive to purchase, you know? So you need to upgrade everything else first. You need to start like doing some crazy combos and whatnot. And maybe you need to get to like 9999999 like points to be able to score this. Or to purchase that one. Nice, this should work pretty well, I think. Yeah, I want to believe so. People have been showing like some, I want to believe like some legit interest into the game because it's like a fairly unique idea. Usually what happens with pinball games that I've seen on Steam is that you have like a blank playfield, and then people can purchase elements and they can like place the elements wherever they want. But I mean, people are not game designers, you know? You are just giving the possibility of people building like shitty tables. And if people will build a shitty table, then they won't enjoy playing that game, you know? So I kind of want to do the game design myself in terms of building how the table looks, but then I want to give some control over to the players so they decide how they want to play that table, you know? So it's like changing the approach a little bit, which is something that no other game has done so far, from what I've seen on Steam. So yeah, this is my game. And yeah, today I'm just working on like adding this menu and making sure that people can like replay the game and a bunch of stuff. Okay, so maybe I should change this now. So I change this to be, oh, what is it, this? Oh, okay. Where is the main menu? Good job, main menu. Okay, so now we always start at the main menu, which is pretty cool. And now I'll need to start like handling this stuff here. So let me think a little bit about this. So whenever I click new game, what needs to happen? I would say that I would need to copy this file here. I will need to copy this file here into the user folder, and then instead of reading from here, I always read from the user folder. And if this file doesn't exist on the user folder, then I show that thing as disabled. The continue button as disabled. I think that's the plan. Okay, so how do I move this to the user thing? Okay, so I have like this export directory for the heat maps. And then it makes it recursive and whatnot. Okay. Okay, I think I see. Okay, so I mean, this doesn't need to be a folder, does it? Hold on, let me check something. Everything. Heat map. Yeah, because currently I'm already like storing. Where is the open? This? Yeah, so currently I'm already like storing all of the heat maps locally, which is pretty cool, honestly. To have like a better idea of what the hell is happening. So I'll have this pinball here, and I will have like a save game.json or something here. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be save user save game path. This is going to be user save game .json. Okay, and on button new game. On button new game. So what I need to do is this is like the template. This comes from resources data save game JSON. Okay, so I will essentially need to copy from the template path into the user path when I click this. When I click new game button. Okay, so how do I create a file? Or how do I do something with a file? File and data AO. Saving games. File access. Okay, so we'll need to do something like this. So do I have like a file access.copy or something? No. Okay, let's read the documentation. Okay, so I can do a store string there. Okay, do I have like a copy to path or something? No. Get, open, store. Okay, so I will need to open the template as read var template file. Then I'll say template contents is going to be template file dot read. No. No, so file access is this. Oh, it's a get as text. Get as text. Okay, so this is the template contents. And then I can close the template file. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the user file. I'm gonna open user save game path as write. I think that whenever I open this with write, I think it. Thank you for the follow. We mean people have so freaking difficult usernames, so to say. Thou I mean. Maybe that's how we spell thou I mean. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so how do I truncate this file? Can I do a dot create? No. This is a create temp. Dudezord, thanks. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, my name is Dudezord. I make games, and today I'm working on my pinball prototype game, which I'm hoping to start sharing with some close friends soon and start gathering some feedback on this. But I mean, I'm very proud of this. I've been only working on this like 2 days a week, like 2 full days a week. And this is like week 4 or something, so in total I spent like 8 days on this. But I think it's feeling like really legit. So I do look forward to see where this will leave us. Okay, create new file access. Where is the truncate thing? Opens the file for write. If the file exists, it truncates to 0 length. Read write. Opens the file for read and write operations. This does not truncate. The file cursor is positioned at the beginning of the file. Write read. Opens the file. It's truncated. So what's the difference between write and write read? Not when creating a file, it must be in already existing directory. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so this is gonna create the file. So then here I can do how can I write there? Open, 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 666, set, store. Oh yeah, probably gonna store like the template contents into there. And then I'm gonna do user file dot close. And then I instantiate the game. Good job. Okay, then I have like more places for this. Okay, can I create like a constant? Maybe it's not a var, it's this. Yeah. Template, save game path. User save game path. Good. Okay, so now this guy is complaining that it doesn't know about user save game path because it's here. Okay, do I have like a constant somewhere? No. Okay, I think I'm gonna create a constants. Hold on. Script. Constants. And then here I just do class name constants. Yes. And then I move this guy to here. Good. And then here I do constants dot. Oh, amazing modular code. I love it. I love it. Okay, and this will be constants dot. Amazing. freaking amazing. Okay, I can literally look for this. Okay, user save game. Yeah, because in all of these, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, and here, the only thing I need to do is I need to check if the user exists. Var has save game is this, and then it's this. Yeah, amazing code. Amazing code. So if I click new, it goes there. Now if I play the game, the fuck? Oh, never mind. So now it shows as disabled. Very nice. Very nice. So I have the save game.json here, which I can close. And if I open the game now, it's disabled. If I go to new game, it should have created the file, which it did. And if I play the game now, then I can resume. Awesome. Really good. User. Okay, all of these are correct. Okay. So this part here is working, and in theory, let's give it a try. In theory, if I were to purchase something, 9, 10. If I were to purchase the pop bumpers, I'm gonna make like the star rollovers here. So I purchased the star rollovers. If I stop this and now I open this file, hopefully the star rollovers have been purchased. Good job, me. Good job, me. Okay. Which means now, well, that, well, the continue button just does this. That if I continue the game, the star rollovers are working flawlessly. They already score. But if I do new game instead, now the star rollovers are not working. Guys, GG. Guys and girls, we did it. We have a new game and a continue mode. Okay, what I would like to do here now is on continue, I would like to show maybe like how many upgrades we have purchased. You know? And you might ask, oh, how are you gonna check that if you only have these random data? I mean, it's easy. You just add all of these numbers, you know, and then you, yeah, it's gonna be easy. Okay, so let's see. So what I would like to have is to the right of continue. To the right of continue, I would like to have a label. And the label would be X upgrades purchased. Yes. Now I move this up. This node is a child of a container. And what? Why can't I move this? Okay, so apparently it cannot be inside that thing. Oh, because it has a margin. Okay, can I make it as part of the label? Yeah, maybe if I make it part of the label or something. Maybe it's gonna work. Okay, this is not working as I thought it would. Okay, so I don't think these anchors actually do anything. Anchors center. Okay, so center does do something, but left and right, they don't work. Oh well, it's fine. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna say that I want to tell the player how many upgrades they have purchased, essentially. But I don't like how this is going. Center left. No. Okay, does this work when I do this now? Okay, I think this works now. If I change the size, it also scales properly now. Okay, so yeah, I want something like this, where it shows you how many upgrades you have purchased so far. So now the question is, if we have a save game, then I'll need to call update dot upgrades purchase label. Update purchases label. Label purchases. Okay, so I'm gonna create. It's smelling like food, but it's way too early. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so when doing this, I think I'll also need this. Add purchases. Okay, so when doing this, I will need to read the user file. Okay, I'll need to read the user file. Um, I'll do user file dot read text, get as text. Then I'll close the file. And then I will also need to parse it into a JSON. Var save dictionary, yeah. JSON dot parse string contents. Okay. And these will give me this thing here. These will give me this thing here. And then assuming that this is gonna have like the first key for the table ID, because we'll have like multiple tables, and then for each table we'll have one for each upgrade. So I'll have an upgrades count. I'm gonna start at 0. Then I'll have this save dictionary. Then I will want to iterate. Can I get like the keys for this? Okay, for table ID in save dictionary. Then I'm gonna do save dictionary table ID var table dictionary is this. Then here I say for each element ID or group ID even in table dictionary, I'm gonna do table dictionary group ID. This is gonna be a string, but I want to parse this as a number. I want to parse this as a number. Cost value is upgrade value. Apparently this is just like works directly with the dictionary. It like casts automatically. Var hint, no, var upgrade level, which is going to be a int. It's going to be this, and then the upgrades count is going to be upgrade level plus 1. And then here I can do a -2. -2 because we discount the flippers, the initial flippers. Okay, so we have this, and then I can go to label purchases dot text, and then I can say upgrades count. Is there like a better way of purchases, upgrade purchases, purchase? Is there a better way of like concatenating strings with random data variables inside? I think it's called like string interpolation or something. And then here I mean, maybe I can just do this. So if I have a save game, or if not has save game, I will set label purchase dot text to empty string, and then we return. If not, we do this. Okay, we play. GG, it crashed. Okay, so this save dictionary for some reason was null. What happened, sir? Okay, so we have some contents. Which contents we have? We have an empty. We have like an empty string. Oh, because it was probably open already. Oh. If contents. Okay, I think this was a skill issue because I had the file open. No, it's because I'm opening for writing. That's why. Duh. Okay, good job. New game. We play. We stop. We start. And now, hopefully, it's gonna say upgrade level is -1. And then we have current value 0. Okay, so we do, I think it's bruh. Okay, good job. I think we did it. 0 upgrades purchased. So now, if I play this and I purchase, for example, the pop bumpers, which is this one, then I like throw the ball here. Pew, 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 pew. Look at this beautiful scoring here. So if I now like purchase more stuff, for example, this guy here, now I exit. Oh, no. The fuck? Where is the... It's this one. If I throw the ball there, it's barely doing anything. But okay, like it's purchasing things. So I purchased 2 already. Okay, and then I'm go to the store again, and I'm gonna purchase this one. And I'm gonna stop the game now. And in theory, I should have 3 purchases. Fuck. What happened, sir? Yeah, this is dodgy. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here on this logic. Okay, so group ID is drop target. Okay, let me check this table dictionary first. So I have all of this data here. So spinner is level 1, pop bumper is level 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. I mean, which guy is this? The drop target group middle. Upgrade count is 0. Upgrade level is 0. I don't trust this upgrade level thing. Pop bumper, upgrade level. Hold on. So upgrade counts is that. Okay, so it immediately goes to 0 after I... Oh, I see. Because I'm doing equals and it should be plus equals. Whoops. Whoops. GG, 3 upgrades purchased. And now if I do new game and I stop and I start, it's 0 upgrades purchased. Okay. I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so what I would like to have now is a settings menu. I would like to have a settings menu. And on the settings menu, the only thing that I will have is the ability for people to tell me... I don't think this restart does anything. Restart. Yeah, restart is not doing anything, so I'm just going to remove it. I'm getting a phone call. Be right back. Hola, I'm back. Was easy. Okay, so we have the nudge buttons and we have the nudge buttons. We also have the shooter and we also have the left and right flipper. So I think I want to have like controls for that thing. So instead of calling this settings, well, I'll call it settings for now. I'll call this settings for now. Okay, so we have this main menu here currently. So I want to call it now settings menu. Good job me. What more can I do here? Settings menu. I think I want to have like tabs. You know, tabs are nice. Okay, so I have this tab bar here, but I don't know how this usually works. So I think I want to check the documentation. Sir, do you have like any explanation whatsoever on how this is supposed to work? Control that provides an horizontal bar with tabs, similar to tab horizontal. Okay, similar to tab container, but is only in charge of drawing tabs, not interacting with children. Arranges child controls into a tabbed view, creating a tab for each one. The active tab corresponding control is made visible, while all other child controls are hidden. Okay, so do I need to have like a tab container now for each one of these? Is that the plan? And then I'm gonna have like multiple labels. Well, I'm gonna have a vertical, what's it called? A V box container. And then here I'm gonna have like different containers that I'll then figure out what I want with this. Oh, plain control. And then on this one, I'm gonna have a table. Oh, sorry, a label. And then I will have probably a button or something. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how do I want to build this UI thing. Okay, and I kind of feel like this should have like an horizontal. Flow. Okay, so maybe this is what I want to have. Okay, so this is gonna be left flipper. And this then is gonna be the current keybind. Yeah, the current keybind for this one. So then I'll have one for the left flipper, one for the right flipper. I'll need to have like multiple of this. Okay, I kind of wonder, I mean, maybe I don't need to have like a tab. Make this the scene root, and then I can get rid of this. Yeah. I already like this way more. Layout. Full rectangle. Good job. And then this guy was centered. Then this is going to be left flipper. Row. Okay, and then we'll have multiple rows essentially. So here I'm gonna have a vertical box container. Where this guy here is gonna be centered. Oh, look at that, amazing. And then this guy here, it's inherited. That's good. Okay, left flipper, right flipper. And it's gonna be left bumper. Is it called bumper? Or how do I call it? Nudge. Left nudge. Left nudge. And this is gonna be right nudge. Right nudge. And then we'll have the shooter. Gotcha. Shooter. Roll. Ball shooter. Okay, is it actually called shooter? I don't remember anymore. Not map, images. Ball shooter, it's a plunger. Ball shooter, plunger. Ball shooter. It's a ball shooter. Okay. So I think I can have all of these have the same size. Yeah, something like this. I mean, it already looks way better. Good job. And I mean, what more do I want to do here? I probably want to change the size of the font to be like 24 maybe. It's a little bit more visible. We can go even further. 28 maybe. $32 maybe. $40. Yeah, wait, let's go with 40. It's fine. Okay, where is this? Is it 150? No, it's hit 200. No, it's hit 250. Okay, 260 then. Good job. Okay, now on the buttons, I would assume that this is going to be the same thing. So the buttons will have to be a tiny bit larger. And we'll also need to increment the font size. Maybe something like this. Okay. I already like this. I already like this. Okay, I want to add now the margin container. Reparent margin container. Yes. Then margin top and margin bottom. Make it like 10. Okay, I kind of feel like doing this kind of stuff. It's like very repetitive. but I mean, it makes sense. Team override constants. No. I'll need to set them all at the same time, apparently. 10, 10. Okay, look at this beautiful, incredible menu. Okay. So we have these. I think we'll also need to have I think we'll need to have a button. Only a button. And this button will be main menu. Or a return or something. Maybe this works. I don't know. It's whatever. Okay. So we have this. This is the VBox container. I think I want to move it a little bit more down. Transform. Yeah. Oops. Maybe like 400 or something. I mean, even this guy I can move it. Oh, I can't move it. Oh, but I can move the this. Yeah, okay. Something like this. Good. Okay. So now I will need to add the script for this. So I will need to add a script. This is going to be settings menu. Settings menu. This is going to be settings menu GD script. Good job. And then for each one of these buttons here, I'll need to have a specific button pressed. So there's going to be a left flipper button. There's going to be a right flipper button. There's going to be a ball shooter button. There's going to be a left nudge button. There's going to be a right nudge button. And there's going to be a return button. Amazing. Okay, on left flipper button pressed. Nice. I'll just need to add signals to all of these now. Which again is going to be a little bit repetitive, a little bit boring, but stay with me. Stay with me, please. Okay. So now we have all of this. Okay, so before we start adding or doing stuff on the settings, on the settings screen. How do I open the settings menu? Change scenes manually. So I can add the scene there. But I essentially want to like hide one and show another, but maybe I just want to reuse this same code here. You know, menu is gonna be settings menu. Settings teen. And then on this one, I call the main menu. Main menu scene. I don't think this is like the proper way of doing any of this, by the way. But that's what we have. Okay, so this goes to scene and this goes to nothing. Can change to a null node. Scenes menu, main menu. Okay, hold on, I'm confused. So what happens when I do this? Main menu scene is null. Scenes, menu. Main menu scene. What the fuck? Maybe it doesn't like the fact that hold on. I'm confused. Why is this empty? Okay, why can't we preload sometimes? Resource paths can be obtained by right-clicking on the resource in the asset and choosing copy path. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same. Okay, maybe if I call in load current scene. The current scene is loaded, calling this method will unload it. But I guess this will just cause this to be like blank. Yep. Maybe it doesn't like the preload. Okay, I'm very confused. Okay, so this worked. Why didn't preload work then? Okay, so this apparently this is okay. Yeah, it didn't like the preload for some reason, but YOLO, it's working. Okay. What more do I need to do here? I will need to change. I will need to grab the input map. I'll need to grab like the name for the actions, like the name for the keys that the actions are bound to. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Input map. Creating input actions. Yep. No, I want, this is not what I want. Input map. This is all on the getting started 3D thing. Input examples. What is this? Okay, so I can call input dot something. Okay, let's see. So if I have input, do I get like a get name for something? Parse, remove joy mapping. Start, stop, call, cancel, connect, get. What does get give me? Okay. It's not that get. Get axis. I want to like get the name. Okay. So if I have an action, get signal connection list. What is this? Returns an array of a connection for the given signal name. Each connection is represented as a dictionary that contains 3 entries. No, this is not what I want. I don't have anything to do with signals. I want to know the mapping. I want to know what the hell this is. So I have an action here. Okay, let me actually check how these are serialized first. chart here on the Godot thing. So it's an event. Input, and then we have events. Okay, this didn't work. Godot get input name. Input events, input map. Oh, so maybe it's input map, then get actions. Got it. Not input though, it's input map. So input map dot get events, get actions, get action description. Okay, so I think I want to call get events here. Right, and then we have this left flipper here. Okay, now I want to put a breakpoint there and we will see what happens. Okay, so events has one entry here, which is not visible. Oh, it's visible here. So it has a physical key code. And then a location. Okay, so this is multiple events. But then I'm gonna say that we want to grab the first event. Okay. And this should be an input event. Just so we get something from that. Okay, and then we have has text. Okay, maybe this is what we want. So if I now do left flipper button dot text equals event has text. Invalid assignment of property or key text with the value of type string on the base type of type null instance. Okay. Did I mistype this? The fuck? Okay, so maybe this is not available on ready yet. Call when the node enters the scene tree for the first time. Okay, so maybe this doesn't exist there yet. Left flipper button equals this. Okay, would this work? No. Oh, never mind. I forgot to add the unique name thing. Never mind. I was being a dummy. Shift. Oh. I mean, makes sense, although it's a left shift, you know. So we have this event here. Okay, let's see what input event has. So I have the has text, but the has text only gives me the name of the thing. But I should have a location. Oh, it is an input event key. Aha, input event key. Okay, so input event key has more stuff. As text key label. That's what I want. And now this should give me left shift. And set. What do you mean? Returns a string representation of the event key label. The fuck? Okay, I'm very confused. Okay, so has text doesn't work by itself. So if I do as text physical code, it's gonna tell me that it's shift. If I say as text key code, it's gonna tell me and set. If I say has text key label, it's gonna tell me and set. If I say has text location, it's gonna tell me left. So apparently it's like a combination of this. Because as text by itself only gives me shift, I guess. It only gives me a shift. Returns a string representation of the event's location. Zico is match stretch. I mean, I think it needs to be that one. So I said that this is an input event. No, I want an input event key. An input event for keys on a keyboard. Supports key presses, key releases, and echo events. It can also be received. Well, the only thing that I want to know is how do I convert how do I get like a left shift, right shift kind of thing? Which apparently it's not working, but okay, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We'll manage, we'll manage. Okay, func get keybind text. He's gonna return a string. Okay, so this takes an input, which is going to be an input event. Yeah. And then here I call get keybind text and I pass the event here. I mean, I can probably pass this here. It's going to be a input action, which is going to be a string. And then here I say input action get events. It's an action. Okay. Okay, if I do a right flipper button here, then here I can do a right flipper. Then if I have the left nudge button, here I can do the left nudge. Right nudge button. It's gonna be right nudge. And I only need one more, which is gonna be the ball shooter. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Var event equals events 0. Input event key. And then here I turn as text. Okay, so this is kinda almost working, although this space physical is freaking weird. Has physical text physical key code. Okay, so this is what I want, but I also want to have like the left shift and right shift. So if I do var text equals this, and then here I return the text. The only thing I need to check is if my event.location is different than key location unspecified, then I say that the text is going to be equals to event dot as text location plus the text. GG. Left shift, right shift, space, left control, right control. Although the lowercase left and right is freaking annoying me. So I wonder if I can actually convert this key location thing to a string. I mean, I can also do this. Left. Right. Okay, left shift, right shift, space, left control, right control. Good job. And return goes back, settings go forward. Pretty nice stuff. Okay, so what we need to do now is whenever we click on a button, we need to say press key. Press a new key. Ask to cancel. Something like this. Just to see what the hell happens. Hello, Litgeek. Good morning. How's it going? 1 week remaining for your move, your big move. We are all celebrating here. GG, GG. Yeah, 5 days. Hell yeah. So it's gonna be on a Wednesday. Right the middle of the week. That's good, that's good. Good, how are ya? Doing really well. I'm adding menus to the game. So I added these main menu. Dudes are amazing and named pinball game. So I added this just so I can like start a new game and continue. And then now I'm working on this settings thing. But this is cool because if I play the game, hold on. So if I play the game and then I go into the store and then I purchase these things here and then I exit the store and then I hit a bunch of stuff here, which gives me like a ton of points and whatnot. And then I go back to the store and then I purchase like this and this. So now I have like 3 purchases done, right? If I were to restart the game, 3 upgrades done, so 3 purchases. When I go back to the main menu, I can either start a new game from scratch, or it says, okay, you can continue from where you left off, and you have 3 upgrades purchased. So, good job. So all of these we've done today. Yesterday, maybe I have like 3 different save slots. I mean, sure. But it's a prototype, you know. I don't think people will be playing like different. So usually on the roguelites and stuff, you have different slots because you can play with different characters. And you have like different cards and stuff. And here, this is like a fairly linear game, so there's not really much variation. The only thing that you can change is the order by which you buy the upgrades. I mean, let's say I play and my kids play. Then you purchase the game twice. One for your account and another one for your kid account. I need the money, you know? I need to hit. I need to give food to the cat as well. No, I mean that. I think that's a good idea. But I don't know if I'll do it for this playtest. But yeah, so this is all that we've been working on today so far, and currently I want to work on whenever you click on a button, you are allowed like to bind it to something else. So that's the plan. Besides that, yesterday, and I think you will enjoy this a lot because you are like all web devy and stuff. Yesterday, I implemented telemetry to the game. So I'm registering all of the events that happen, all of the things that you hit, what upgrades are you purchasing and when, how many seconds each ball is alive for, how many points does each ball score. And besides all of that, I also have this. Boop. A heat map for the table. So that I can actually like see where like the ball goes. You know, so I have like a proper way of knowing if the ball actually goes like everywhere I need it to go, which is pretty cool. And all of this is being uploaded to Sentry. So whenever I finish my third ball, which is gonna be right as soon as I let it fall. Come on, bro. So GG. So we lost because score went to 0. If I now go to Sentry and I refresh the page, I don't know what the fuck is happening with Sentry, bro. It just refuses to load for me. I don't know if it's something on my setup or on, but whatever. So it's like catching all compilation errors and crashes in the game. But then it's also registering like all the playthrough sessions that are completed. So you can see that we finished 122 seconds ago. So these have been all of my sessions. So I stopped working on this yesterday at 2 a.m. But yeah, essentially I am registering everything that happened in the game. So like all the targets that are hit, how many points you get whenever you do that. I'm also logging like the position that the ball was in when it hit the thing. If you hit the thing with the first ball, the second ball, or the third ball. So like all of the history is here, how many points you are getting awarded, which targets you are hitting. And then I'm also uploading the heat map. So if they play without Wi-Fi, does it store it all locally and just upload later? No, I think it won't work. I think it won't upload anything. This is just for the playtest, okay? So I'll let people know that I'm recording all of this. Yeah, it's real time. Yeah, the events, all of these events are going in real time. but then this last JSON and this heat map, they are attached later. So this one I build it myself, and then I attach it later. So you can see like the first ball was alive for 42 seconds, the second one was alive for 16 seconds, the third one was alive for 18.5 seconds. First ball scored 1038 points, third ball only scored 13 points. This ball hit 38 targets, 8 of them unique. The last ball hit 13 different targets, 6 of them unique. Total score is this. So will you support some kind of global leaderboard? I would say that for this type of game, it doesn't make much sense to have a leaderboard. Maybe. Because the objective of this is get the upgrades as fast as you can. And then like beat the multiple tables and whatnot. So there's not really a big incentive of scoring lots of points very fast. The incentive is get points and spend the points as quickly as possible. But maybe I could have a leaderboard of what's the shortest amount of time that it took for you to beat the game, for example. So like an inverted metric where shortest is the bestest, smallest is the best. But I wouldn't say that's for the playtest at all. You know? I don't think that's a playtest thing. And I'm also adding I mean, it's barely visible. But I'm also adding this like playthrough ID here. So if you were to take like a screenshot of the game, then I can cross-reference this ID with everything that I have on Sentry about this. I think it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I'm very proud. Very proud. Okay, but now we need to continue working on this. We need to continue working on this. So when I click on this, it's in theory now waiting for some key. Press. Any final thoughts? Final? I mean, so you are now expecting me to decide if I want to continue with Godot or switch to Unity? I mean, there are tons of things that annoy me with Godot. But I mean, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Like I think my feedback is still the same. Like there are places where everything is like extremely well polished and things work really well, and then there are other ones which feel like they are still unfinished. You know. But I would say that's mainly it. And if you were to go with Unreal or Unity, the overall experience will be a little bit better because everything is more polished, like across the board. But I would say that it's only that, because in terms of building UI and the game and stuff, it works okay-ish. I mean, I've been building a multiplayer game with Unity, I've been building a multiplayer with Unreal, and they also have like their own issues. Mainly with auto reloading and debugging, and because it's multiplayer, and if you are debugging things and you are stopping the thread, then the networking layer dies because packets are not arriving, so you cannot take too long like with a breakpoint sitting there. But that's just part of life, I would say. Yeah, but I would say that for this project, I'll probably keep going with Godot. I'm enjoying it, you know. I'm enjoying it. Okay. Okay, so whenever I do this, I'm gonna say press a new key, escape to cancel. And then here, I'll need to check. He's waiting. Keybind. He's trying. No, he's waiting for keybind. He's waiting for keybind. It's gonna be false. And then whenever this happens, I'm gonna set this to true. And the thing is that whenever this happens, in theory, I shouldn't be able to. Click any other button. Like the button should get disabled almost. So I would probably say disable all buttons. You know. And then I will what's the key? Is it Control Shift Alt? This. So here I would say, oh, can I actually do this? Enable equals false, I guess. Enable bool. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Or set all buttons. No, enable. No, set all buttons. Update all buttons. I don't know. Naming is difficult. Okay, so this would disable. This would disable everything. And then myself would be well, maybe I can do this still. And then I say is waiting for keybind is this. Okay, let's see what happens now. So I go on settings, I click. Okay, so you don't have an enabled in the button itself. Okay, so what is it on the main menu then? Disabled. Got it. Okay. Yeah, this won't work for that one. So on this one, I would still need to say that disabled is false. And then that I'm waiting for a keybind. Okay, so this should look a little bit better now. Where this one is the only one that should do something. And there should be the return button. Oh, need to create a unique name. One thing that I really enjoy in Godot is the fact that if you want to reference like things in the hierarchy tree, you don't actually need to expose a parameter and then like drag and drop there. You can literally like write the name. You can either like write the entire path for the object in the scene tree, like this, or you can go to like a specific object. Okay, hold on. So if I go, sorry, let me give you a better example. Left flipper button. So if I want to reach this left flipper button, I could either write the entire path. So box container, margin container, left flipper row, left flipper button. And now I have direct access to this guy here. I don't need to be doing like a get component or a get component with name like recursively. You can either do it like this, or you can enable this thing here, which is access as unique name with like the percentage symbol. So instead of doing all of this nonsense, I can do the percentage symbol and then left flipper button. And then this will allow me to control this guy here pretty much immediately. And then I can set the text, the size, the scale, hide, enable, disable, move it, apply physics, whatever. Which is really good. Instead of you having to like exporting parameters and then dragging and dropping. I really like this. And that's something that I would like to see in other engines as well, because I think it helps a lot with interaction. Okay, so what I want to do here is like, now I kind of want to expose this into a separate method. Func set button pressed is going to call all of this, but I want to call set button pressed with left flipper button here. So I don't know exactly what this guy is gonna give me. Maybe I can just do a button. Maybe it works. And now this should work if I do it like this. This should be generic enough for every single one of them. Left nudge and right nudge. Okay, so now if I go here and I click the space or the ball shooter, it sets it to the ball shooter only. Okay, I will still need to have the escape, an action here for the escape. So I'll have a cancel keybind. Well, maybe I can do a Funk update. Hold on. No, process. Oh, so this is the action name. Can I get like the key press? And then I can pass like a key code escape. Key dot escape. Here I'll set update all buttons to true. And then I'll set he's waiting for keybind false. Okay, let's see if this works. So I click this, I click escape, and then it goes back, but it doesn't roll back the press a new key to something else. How can I do that? So it enables all of the buttons. If enable. No, I'm gonna do it like this. Disabled, yes. Okay, so here I can call update all buttons true. This will just write the keybinds there. And then whenever I write it to true, then it should reset it back. Okay, this should work. So if I go here and I click escape, oh, look at this. Look at this beautiful thing. Okay, now the question is, how do I get the key press for anything that is not this? Okay, I think I can get rid of the process function. I think they have like an input. Look at that input event. And then I can say if event dot if event is input event key, bar input equals event as input event key. Okay, so I think that for today, we'll only be able to play this using keyboard. Okay, and here I should be able to grab like the key code. Get key code with modifiers. Returns the localized combined with modifier. Shift halt. Nah, bro. Key code. If input.keycode equals key.escape, which is this, yes, something happened. Else, var current action. Yeah, I'll need to store like the action that belongs to each button, which is gonna be weird. Yeah, I mean, on set button pressed, I could probably pass these here as well. You know, something like this. Because I'll need to have it somewhere. Oh boy. Yeah, we go with this. We'll go with this. Shooter, then left nudge, and then right nudge. Right nudge. Good job. Okay, so set on button press, it takes a button, and then it takes an action string. And then it says it's waiting for keybind. And then this is going to be action. Going to be a string, starts as a null. Okay, so here I'm storing the current action that we are going after. Action waiting for keybind. Else, we need to go and say input map dot action add event. Action waiting for keybind. Else if this. Oh. You don't like this? Because it's an elif. I see. Null. Can strings be a null? Is empty. So I'm gonna add that event and this event here. Okay, so in reality I want to clear. Can I like action erase? Oh, I can erase a specific event. Okay, maybe I want to erase all of the events for that action. Action waiting for keybind. Yeah, I want to delete all of them. And then I want to store the new one. Now I wonder if I need to call like a serialize or save. Because I don't know if this gets like updated automatically. This input event will trigger the action notes. Action as event, action. As an input event when action. Manages, create modified, add action. Okay, so maybe this load from project settings. Clears all input event action and load it anew. Okay. The thing is, do I need to serialize these every time as well? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so if we go with left flipper and now I click left shift. Didn't work. Fuck. Why? I mean, maybe it worked, but it didn't reset the state. So left shift. So I have the input map there. And then this is the event that I'm gonna add. So it's a left shift. Okay. And then here I set all of this to true, I guess. And it should reload. Okay, let's see. Left shift, left control, left shifts, left control. Okay. Okay, in theory it has a left control now, but it's not serializing. See? But I would say that now if I were to play the game, yeah, left control is doing both the flipper and the nudging. So that thing worked. The issue is that this does not get serialized whatsoever. This does not get serialized whatsoever. How does it work? No, I don't want that. Input map singleton is ideal for reassigning or creating different actions at runtime. This singleton is not saved, must be modified manually. And its state is run from the project settings project.godot. So any dynamic system of this type needs to store settings in the way the programmer best sees fit. Okay. So what this means now is we'll need to have like a file to save the player controls. Or the keybinds or something. Keybinds. Keybindings. What the hell do I call this? Key binding. Key binds. Key binding. key binding, key binds, controls. YOLO. I think I'm just gonna call it controls. Okay. So what needs to happen here on the settings menu on ready, I will need to check if there's a if that file exists, the user controls path. Because if it does, I need to open that file. And then I'll need to close that file. Controls.close our contents. Controls file.read. No, get line contents text. Get as text. So these are the entire contents, and then here I'll have a contents JSON, which is going to be json.parse string contents. I can even do it one shot. Contents dictionary. Okay. And then I will need to how am I gonna do this? So I'll have like an action name. I'll have an action name. And then I'll need to go on input map. Erase all the events for this action. And then I'm gonna need to add put map dot add an event for that action with an event. The thing is, I don't know how do I create an event from this. Do I don't know. How do I create an event? I mean, it's gonna be an input key event. Input event key new. I don't know how to do this. Yeah, and here when I click the return button, I want to serialize this. So I'm gonna create a controls file, file access, open, constants, controls, write, then controls file dot close. And then I'll need to create like a dictionary somehow. Because then I'll need to do dictionary left nudge. Sorry, left flipper. Come on, I'm clicking so much stuff. Equals input map dot get events left flipper 0. I mean, is this gonna work? Okay, let's see what the hell happened when I click on left shift here and then I click return. Okay, we got a controls file which doesn't have anything because I created the JSON but I didn't write the JSON there. Good job. Yeah, so then here I need to say controls file dot string, star string, and it's gonna be dictionary, JSON, stringify, dictionary, something like this. Okay. Unable to iterate. Oh, because the file is empty. Okay, so I need to clear this. Let's try again. Settings, return. Okay, so something got serialized here, which was this. So it created an input event key. With a left shift. Okay, so now my question is, if I put location right, how do I cannot convert from string to object? Okay, can I do a input event key here? I mean, maybe this just works. No. Okay. Var event key equals event as that thing. Okay, so our event has everything we need, but we can, I don't know how to convert this. That's the issue that I'm having. Let me see, because this is a string. this is a string. Okay, so maybe instead of writing this, the event as this, I'm hella confused, bro. I'm hella confused. Var event. Because apparently I need to unserialize all of this. Input key event, input event key. Okay, so this is going to be an event key. But I don't know if I want like the text representation of this, because I will want the what will I want? I will only want the key code. Okay, what's the difference between a key code and a physical key code? Latin label printed on the key. The physical, the key on the US query. OS get key code string. I'm so freaking confused. Display server. Returns the ISO blah 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 language code. No. Get key code from physical. It's this. Converts a physical key code to one in the active keyboard layouts. I don't know what any of these does, bro. Latin label printed on the key on the current keyboard layout, which corresponds to one of the key constants. Key codes are meant for shortcuts. Okay, so I want the physical key code. So I want to store the physical key code, and I want to store the location. You know, this is the only thing I want to store. So here I can do keybind.key equals that, and then keybind.location equals that. And then I create a dictionary, and I pass only that small keybind. Okay, surely this is going to work. Okay, so something happened. Okay, left flipper key dot location 1. Good job. Good job. I think that's what I want. I think that's what I want. Although they were saying that I can get the key code string, a human readable representation, get key code from physical, get label from physical. Yeah, the issue is if I could also convert from label to from the label to the key code, that would be better, but YOLO. We'll go with this. Okay, so if I now go there, so this is my event key. Or my input, or my keybind even. And then I will create an event key. It's going to be input event key dot new. And then I'm going to say that event key dot physical key code equals keybind dot physical key code. And then I'm going to say event key dot location. Oh no, this is a keybind dot key. No, okay, I'm going to leave it as physical key code. Just so they have the same name. And then this is going to be keybind dot location. And then I remove all events, and then I add the new one. Okay, let's see what the hell happens. Invalid access to property or key physical key code. Oh, right, because I need to do this first. Physical key code. Okay, surely now it's gonna work. Okay, so if I do left control, I return. Okay, this probably saved. Yeah, it saved the control. Now the question is, if I stop the game and start again, do we have left control in there? We do. So now if I play the game, it works. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so I will need to create like all of these keybinds here now. So left flipper, right flipper, shooter, left nudge, right nudge. Get keybind for left flipper. Okay, can I create like a function inside a function? Get keybind function string. This returns me a dictionary. Standalone lambdas. Okay. Computer says no. Okay, so I will want to do this. Where I return a key bind for this thing here. Then here I say right flipper and then here I say ball shooter, ball shooter. Then here I say left nudge, and then here I say right nudge, nudge. I mean, I think this should be working now. So it serialized all of these. The fuck? Oh, it's hard coded. Hold on. Whoops. Still using the left flipper here. Okay, so I need to delete that file. We go again. It crashed. Fuck. Oh, because the action is called shooter. Shooter. Okay, so now in theory, it did store everything that I need here. So that's pretty cool. I'm able to play the game. Left shift, left control, right control. Bumping, the shooting. So all of this works. If I now go on settings and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And if I play the game from scratch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I continue the game, 1. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it's not loading. See. Gotcha. Because it's not loading the... So this part here should start at the beginning of the game. So this should be here on the main menu. Or maybe I can have like a function here called like refresh or load keybinds. Which does this. And then here I can say maybe here constant dot load. Oh. Doesn't let me call it? Why? Cannot call non-static on the class directly. Make an instance instead. Can I make a static function? Good job. Good job. Okay, so now if I play the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone, we did it. We implemented 2 menus. So we have the new game and continue. We calculate the number of upgrades that have been purchased for that last playthrough that you're on. Here on the settings screen, this also works. So in theory, I could change all of these to be a 5. And then when I play the game, like everything like freaking happens at the same time. And it's like glorious. So in theory, people could just like play the game like this forever and ever. Which I mean, maybe it's a tactic. Maybe it's a good tactic. Okay, so this is a left shift, left control, right control. No. Oh, so okay, we found an issue. So by clicking space or by clicking enter, it selects the button because the button has like the focus. Okay. How can I not do that then? How can I not do it? Do I just make them unfocusable or not allow? Base button. It's on focus. Focus mode. The node can only grab focus on mouse clicks. Yeah, I don't know how to ignore the space and the enter clicks. He presses like opening the button as well. Do I have any idea on how to do that? Godot focused button space. Pressing the spacebar continuously activates the button. The paused button receives input focus when you first click it. Afterward, if you press space, it will press the button as it has focus. To disable this behavior, you can go to project settings, enable the show built-in actions, switch and remove the space button from UI select, or set the focus mode to none. I don't know what the best way is. Because eventually I will want this to work with controller. So the controller you'll be able to like move the cursor around. But maybe I need to detect, okay, if you are using a controller, then you have focus. If you are not using a controller, then you cannot focus on these guys. I don't know. Okay, let's see. So if I do this and space and enter, okay, now it works. So left flipper, right flipper, ball shooter, left control, right control. Oh, so it's still like changing stuff. Okay, I feel like this might be a bug. Yep. So let's see, on the script, on the settings menu, after we set this, we need to set the action waiting for keybind equals to empty as well. Yeah. So now if I do A, then nothing else works. Okay, good job. Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. What would I like to do more? I mean, it's already lunchtime. So I kind of want to go and have lunch, you know? But this is like legit working. Layout. Narrated. I'm trying to figure out what do I do with this pressing new key escape to cancel. Maybe I can do a something like this. But I feel like for this the buttons need to be taller. Which they can be, you know. Nothing is stopping them from being this tall. So if I do like 100. This is not pretty at all, but you know, this kind of works. Press a new key escape to cancel. Okay, so this is already a little bit better. I would say that for the last task before I leave, I'm gonna create a label. I have like a funny thing I want to do, which is it's not a game, it's a prototype. Prototype. And because it's a prototype. Oh, I can't actually move this. Never mind, I don't think I can do this. Hold on, why is this thing so large? Do we know? I'm trying to have some fun, you know, with this thing. Oh, and I cannot even rotate this. Yeah, then I think it's... never mind. Can I rotate? Okay, then I want to have... can I have like some dashes here? Or can I add like a separator or something? We're just having some fun, people. We're just having some fun. Okay, so something like this. I mean, these are like completely useless, by the way, but it didn't work. Fuck. It didn't work. Why? Let me see, because these guys are anchored to the center. So this guy needs to be anchored to the center as well. That's the only way that this is gonna work. So it has like the same distance to everyone. Okay, good job. Good job, we did it. Okay, can I change the color of this guy? Hold on. Theme? No. Theme. Style. Color. Oh, I can have like a growth. Oh. Toggling the checkbox is disabled for resource properties. Modify the property using the resource picker instead. What? The fuck is a separation? Okay, never mind. I was trying to see if I could change like the color of that thing. But apparently it's illegal. Oh, okay, it's like this. Okay, and I can have like a thickness. Okay. I think we did it. I think we did it. Good job. Everyone, big round of applause to all of us. We are amazing game developers around here. Everyone, I'm gonna go for lunch now. I hope to be back in around 45 minutes maybe. And then I will like start packaging the game and make sure that the game is playable and like start sharing with people. I think the morning stream went like way better than I thought it would. Like I wasn't expecting to actually have like all of these working so fast even. So I mean, good job us. So once again, I'm gonna go now. I'll be back in around 45 minutes, and thank you for following the channel and keeping me some company. And yeah, I appreciate you all. See you in a little bit. Bye.